Hey guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, you know what that means today. I changed my tune so fast, but today is the day. It's part one of my exclusive sit down with Jen Shah. Of course, you guys know that comes on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. I have it set to a premiere, so I will be joining you in the live chat. This will be interesting to say the least. Now, we're not back to talk about Jen Shah. We're actually back to talk about the Chrisleys, because we know that Todd and Julie Chrisley have been found guilty of bank fraud and tax evasion. And what does that mean? More details have come out and we're back to talk about it. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so thank you to Page 6 for, well, delivering us this information, but also the shade. They start this article off with, turns out the Chrisleys didn't know best. Reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley were found guilty of bank fraud and tax evasion in TMZ. Well, they were the first to report this on Tuesday, just yesterday, and this is a huge deal. According to a court clerk, this is a court clerk for the Northern District of Georgia, the couple's accountant, Peter. Okay, listen, I'm not going to butcher his last name. Totentino. Peter Totentino was also found guilty on a series of related charges, including aiding and abetting the filing of false tax returns. A sentencing date has yet to be scheduled, and the Chrisley Knows Best stars currently remain free on bond. Todd's attorney, Bruce Morris, told TMZ that they plan to appeal the jury's decision. We are disappointed in the verdict, and this is what they're saying. But of course they're disappointed in the verdict. I mean, they were saying that they could face somewhere around 30 years in prison. The Chrisleys were initially indicted in August of 2019, and a new indictment was filed in February of this year. Prosecutors have alleged that the duo submitted fake documents to the banks when applying for loans, and that Julie also submitted false credit reports and bank statements when trying to rent a house in California. The verdict comes just weeks after Todd's ex-business partner, Mark Braddock, claimed that the reality star cheated on Julie with him and that they paid off a blackmailer to keep the alleged gay affair secret. Okay. This gets messy, and there's a guilty verdict. Attorney Morris alleged in the court that Braddock was obsessed with Todd and wanted to be him. This is per Business Insider. So his attorney, Todd's attorney, is coming back and saying, this is not true, that he's just obsessed with him and wants to be him. I believe he's definitely saying it's, an obsession. I don't know if he's actually saying it's not true, but I'm guessing that's where they're going with this. Now, we know that Todd has been married to Julie since 1996, and they share 3 children together, Chase, Savannah, and Grayson. And Todd also has 2 kids with his ex-wife, and that would be Lindsay and Kyle. The family has starred on USA's networks, Chrisley Knows Best, since 2014. And earlier this year, NBC Universal announced that it was moving forward with a new dating show, Love Limo, hosted by Todd. Despite the legal scandal, Chrisley Knows Best and Growing Up Chrisley have also been renewed on E. Okay, so what's interesting about that too is we're hearing that the guilty verdict is not going to be filmed, and they're not going to film anything about this, which makes sense because when you're in a legal situation, just like Erica has been saying on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, there is not much that you can talk about because that's meant for the courtroom. Now, this is also being added to this conversation about the guilty verdict. They said, don't expect to see Todd and Julie's court woes on television. Now, Radar was told by insiders that production for season 9 of the hit series has already closed up shop, and they've confirmed that they are not currently in production. And sources are revealing that the upcoming episodes are the second half of season 9 and were filmed before the trial that started more than 2 weeks ago. Todd and Julie, they were convicted of several crimes, and this was yesterday, including conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, and tax fraud. And Julie was hit with an additional conviction, wire fraud, per Entertainment Tonight. And when the trial kicked off last month in Georgia, following the verdict, well, now we know that they're planning to appeal this whole decision. Todd and Julie are facing up to 30 years in prison, and both were able to go home after the jury's decision. They remain free on bond. All right. Where is Emily D. Baker right now? Actually, no, this morning I reached out to her and I asked her, I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And she was like, I need to read more details about the case. I haven't really been following it as much. And she said she's going to look into it. And I was like, oh, thank God, because I want to know exactly what this means. What does it mean for Todd and Julie? Will they be able to appeal this decision? This is a really big deal. This is terrifying. I mean, they're saying and swearing this is not true. The jury, obviously, if they gave a guilty verdict, found it to be true. And now they're planning to appeal this. But if they're facing 30 years in prison, up to 30 years in prison, I just want to hear from someone. I want to hear from someone who knows what the actual sentencing might be. Like, what is the potential sentencing? Prosecutors also allege that Julie submitted false credit reports, right? And bank statements. We know that. And they claimed, an assistant US attorney, claimed that the couple exaggerated their earnings to banks to borrow more than $30 million. The government accused Todd and Julie of using the money to fund their lavish lifestyle before scoring their reality TV show. Not good. All right, guys, so go ahead, comment below. What are your thoughts? What does this mean moving forward? Where do we stand? I want to know about all of it. And just to talk about tonight for a second. Tonight, we have part one of the Jen Shah interview. Part one is a little bit shorter than part two. You'll see tonight, but I do want to ask, since we will have the live chat activated, I want everyone to be able to talk and kind of share their thoughts throughout the process, but it's just about being respectful of the conversation. I'm sure Jen's family will be watching this. I'm sure that her kids will see this. So just, I'm saying, keep in mind, she still has a family. She's still a mother. Her sons will still probably see the comments that you write. So I think it's just fair to be respectful in the live chat. That's all I'm asking. It's going to be an interesting conversation. This is her first ever sit down. I can't say that enough. I'm completely shocked, that we were able to pull this off, but the conversation blew me away. And you'll see what I'm talking about after tonight and tomorrow. You'll see, and then you can come up with how you feel about the conversation. So I'm just asking in the live chat if we could please be respectful. That's all I'm asking. With that, guys, tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, that's the premiere, and we'll see you for that. But in the meantime, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And happy Wednesday, almost Thursday. We'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys. Love you.